Yes. Hi, everyone. It's Natalie here, Stateside Reds. I've just been asked by the team to jump on and give you guys, I suppose, a bit of an update about our team, Man United. And you might think Man United ain't playing. They've not played. It's international break. But the women's team played. Yeah, they wear the badge. Yeah, they got a big win. So, listen, I'm excited. I'm here to tell you all about it. It was a 4-0 win at Villa Park versus Aston Villa. For anyone who's sort of new to women's football, there's 12 teams in the league. And Man United are riding high at the top, to be honest. There are still some issues, I suppose, that I want to touch on and we'll touch on throughout the video, throughout sort of our discussion of this. But, I'm here just to, I suppose, get your guys' view, do a little preview of it. Man United started off strong. Like I said, they played Aston Villa at Villa Park. Started off strong, was on the front foot. They've come off a defeat, unfortunately, to Liverpool. But, we need to keep pushing forward and winning games. So they started off strong. They've got Jade Riviere on the wing as a right back. She's from Canada. She's doing really well this season. Has won a Player of the Month already, for PFA. And she's been doing really well. Like I said, she got the ball on the right wing. Our right wing is the strongest position so far. Got the ball on the right wing. Played it off to Celine Bizet for Norway, who played a ball in. Bang, 1-0. Elizabeth Turland, top goal scorer this season. She's now on 8 goals for the season, so she's doing really well. And it was 1-0 Man United. And from then on, we were just cruise control. Then Jade, like I said, picked up the ball from deep, from about 25 yards out, crossed the ball in, bang, big header, Elizabeth again too. And then the goal of the game, I'd say, Grace Clinton picked up in the middle of the park, a la Wayne Rooney, kind of. There was a bit of pushing and shoving with the rival. People are saying Villa should have had a foul. Maybe they should have, but she picked up in the middle cart, drove forward. We've not seen that enough with Grace. Drove forward, bang, 3-0. Let's talk about it. Clinton, our number 8, as good as Bruno for me, doesn't get enough plaudits, is doing really well. She is that sort of, how can I say, maverick, electric kind of player. Will make something out of nothing, pushing the ball forward. We go in. There was a few chances from Villa. We could have been behind. Fallon, American, pushed it over the top, before. But we go in 3-0 up. And then the 4th goal was absolutely stunning, beautiful. Grace, again, picking it up in the middle of the park, driving forward, passes it through to Turland. Turland swirls the ball out to Mallard, who'd just come on. And then Mallard through, and Leah Galton, 4-0. And I suppose after that, you're thinking, I think it was about 60-odd minutes, 70 minutes or whatever. You're thinking, finish the game off, kill it, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I suppose this is where I'm coming on to. There's been issues with this team. I think at times they can turn it on and play brilliant football, but at times they've been a lot, negative. Should be pushing for, wins and going for accepting draws. For me, for anyone who does know women's football, the top 3 in the league for a while are City, Chelsea, who are top, flying high top, and Arsenal. And our budget might not be as big as that, but for me, I think budgets, they don't matter. Look at the men's game. Look at Nottingham Forest. They're flying high. Brighton, always flying high. So for me, budgets shouldn't be dictating where you end up, especially if you've got the players in there, And I feel like we've got the players in there. We've got Clinton, Toon, Mia Zawa, who covers every blade of grass, is absolutely amazing. Maya, Millie, Fallon, the big USA Red. Bizet, unfortunately, she went off injured this game, but, we're prayers of thinking about her and hoping that she can come through. I think she's got like 5 assists this season, linking up well with Turner's got that link. There's Lisa Nalsson, who's Norwegian as well, who's not played since having an injury. But, there are players there that are very good. Some of them names I've listed, you guys probably know. Even if you're new, you still probably know, Ella Toon, Everyone knows it. So for me, we shouldn't be thinking about the past. We've lost these players because I know that's what they put out in the media. We lost Russo, we lost Earps, but for me, we've replaced them. Bang, Turlin, 8 goals already. Nearly caught up to Russo. Fallon, 11 clean sheets, better than Mary. So what's holding us back? For me, I think, like I said, the negativity. It should be Man United is 2 banks of 4 attacking. This is how I remember it. 99, 2 banks of 4 attacking. Unfortunately, I feel like we sit back too much. We don't go for that killer, we don't press forward enough. I mean, I had heard Grace speak after scoring that wonder goal, and she says, I don't shoot enough. And yes, she doesn't. Grace, when she was on loan at Tottenham last year, was always at the front foot, always pushing forward, always driving with the ball. Whereas we're not seeing that enough in Man United. I think we need to see it more for the Man United women. I think once we see it more, we'll see more goals, we'll see more wins, and we'll be up there competing. For me, Arsenal, we're on their level. City have got loads of injuries, but we can beat them. We have beaten them. I mean, that was probably our best performance when the girls went to the Etihad and won 4-2. So there's no reason for us to think that we're inferior to these top teams. But it seems like that's the narrative that's being put out. For me, we'll see how we go. I mean, we've got Everton next. So hopefully we'll get 3 points there. That's at home. That's at LSV on Sunday. So, hopefully I'll be back talking about it. But, hopefully we get 3 points because games like Liverpool, games like Everton, games like Villa today, West Ham we got coming up, those are the ones we should be wiping the floor with them. And that's not in an arrogant way. That's in a way that we should be going there, being professional and getting 3 points. So the fact that we lost to Liverpool just last week, and it was a thumping, it was 3-1, it shouldn't be the case. We should be beating these teams because our budget is bigger than them. And I'm not going on about budget, but we've got better players. We should be doing better. So the fact that teams can beat us and can cause us upsets, it's a worry for me. It's not a slight on the team or the players. But I do question the coaching, and I'm sure a lot of you hear it. A lot of you see it. Why are they questioning the coach if he's winning? Because the football's not good enough. It's not attacking. It's not the Man United way. Maybe he'll come back and he'll improve on it. I think he has done a lot better this season because he's rotating and playing players. But then I see him go back to negative defensive football. And for Man United, it shouldn't be the case. And unfortunately, I think with the women, Ineos will just accept anything. For me, the team that we have with the women are easily Champions League team. Champions League in the women's game is top 3. We should be getting that easily. So if we're not, listen, everything's always going to be tough. But if we're not getting it, the manager shouldn't be staying. And should bringing in a manager that will stay, that will attract people, that will, entertain fans. If you're not, getting Champions League, winning trophies every year, you should be doing something and making it good and making people want to come back. And unfortunately, I don't know. I worry if it's going to be this coach to the end. Of course, I'll still support. I love them girls. I've been going to Man United women since it reformed. I've gone to Man United all my life. I love Man United. I love a lot of USA Reds. That's how they've got me on. But, Man United's a family. It'll always be a family, no matter what, no matter who's in charge. But, they should concentrate on the women's team as well and put some energy. It doesn't have to even be a lot of money. We know about this cost cutting. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. Just put some energy and commitment into it. And let's see us thrive together, men and women. For me, it'd be great if we're both in Europe at the same time. I know the men are going for it, and that's the big drive to win the Europa League. But let's get the women in the Champions League, men in Europa League. There's more opportunity now in the women's game. There is a women's Europa League, so we could be in that. But we have to finish third. And that's what they're going to go for. And I hope next game they'll smash it again. They'll win. Like I said, Everton on Sunday. If you can tune in. But I hope you guys like this. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want to listen to. I'll get on it. Tell me if you agree, disagree, because that's what it's about. That's why I love this club. because we're all in it together and we all have our own opinions. But listen, I hope you enjoyed this. Take care. I'll see you again next time when I'll be talking about Everton and hopefully another 3 points and another 4 or 5, 6 goals this time. But yeah, I'm happy with the 4-0. Just need to keep pushing on.